Hey guys, so today in class we did not get to the algebra connection of our notes. It's really important that we go through a couple of these so that you guys really understand the process. It's a lot like writing the equation for the perpendicular bisector. There's four steps, and I'm just going to take you through a couple of these examples right now, since I'm not going to be in class tomorrow, to explain it to you guys. I ask that you watch this video, maybe play it back a couple times, and tomorrow in class you can complete the worksheet after the algebra review quiz. So we're going to go ahead and start with writing the equation of a median. Okay, so the first thing that I always think about before I even start the problem is, what is a median? A median starts at the vertex of a triangle and it goes to the midpoint of the opposite side of the triangle. So obviously we're going to have to find the midpoint of the triangle, of the side that we're drawing the median to. So that's going to be our step one. It says calculate the midpoint of BC. Since I'm drawing my median to side BC, I want to calculate the midpoint of BC. So I'm going to use these 2 points. So I'm going to do my midpoint formula, which is x plus x divided by 2, y plus y divided by 2. Always start with the same point, so we're going to start with point B. So we get negative 2 plus 0 over 2, which is negative 2 over 2, and that's negative 1. Now for the midpoint y value, we're going to do 8 plus 10 divided by 2, which is 18 over 2, which is 9. So my midpoint is negative 1 comma 9. We are going to use this point in a minute. Step 2, calculate the slope of the median. So the median starts at which point? Well, we're drawing to BC. So if it starts at if it goes to BC, it needs to start at A. Which means I am finding the slope from A to the midpoint of the opposite side. Now I'm actually going to pause here for one moment. Let's get a visual of what's going on. I just realized I haven't even plotted the points, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And this graph doesn't fit these points, so we have to scale it. Each line is going to represent 2. So we're going to start with 4, 6. So 2, 4, 2, 4, and then up 2, 4, 6. That's my A. B was negative 2, 8, so we're going to go negative 2, up 2, 4, 6. Here's B, 8. And C was 0, 10. So 0, and then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Sorry about that, you guys. Let me erase that one. Make it a little nicer. Oops. Alright, here we go. Very nice. And we're going to connect A to C and B. So we just calculated that midpoint at negative 1, 9, which obviously, since we scaled, is going to be right in the middle, right there, which makes perfect sense. Let's mark that a midpoint. And now it's very clear to see that we're starting at A and we're going to the midpoint of the opposite side. So that's where I need to find my slope. I need to find my slope of AM, M being the midpoint. So just to remind you guys, point A is 4, 6. And my midpoint was negative 1, 9. Alright, let's do the slope formula. y2 minus y1. 9 minus 6 over negative 1 minus 4. Okay, so that's going to give me 3 over negative 5, which is my slope. Now it says to choose a point. I always play it safe and I always choose the midpoint because I know that needs to go through the midpoint. And last it says to write the equation. What am I writing the equation with, you guys? I'm writing it with my slope and I'm writing it with the midpoint. Okay, and point slope form. So we're going to go ahead and do y minus my y value, 9, equals my slope, which is negative 3/5, times x minus -1, which means +1. That's my answer. Okay, so let's go on to our next one. But first, I'll give you a look at the whole entire process. Beautiful. It's kind of nice the steps are written out for you here. So I would definitely use your note packet while you're doing your homework and trying other problems like this. All right, let's do the altitude. So again, I like to think of what is an altitude to start out. An altitude starts at the vertex of a triangle, and it's perpendicular to the opposite side of the triangle. As soon as I hear the word perpendicular, my brain is flashing opposite reciprocal slopes, which when we're connecting perpendicular to anything algebraic, we're going to be using opposite reciprocal slopes. All right, so again, it's the same coordinates of my last triangle, so I'm not going to do what I did last time and wait to plot it. Let's plot those points right away so we can get a visual of what our triangle looks like. 4, 6, -2, 8, and 0, 10. And we are going to scale this guy again. Okay, so 2, 4, up to 4, 6. There's my point A. -2, 2, 4, 6, 8. And 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There is my triangle. And I'm drawing the altitude to BC. Okay. So what does that mean? Where does it start at? It starts at A, and it's going to be perpendicular to BC. Lovely. So the fact that it starts at A is going to be super important. We're going to use this point A in our equation. All right, so step 1 is to calculate the slope of BC. The reason why we're choosing to calculate the slope of BC is because that's the side that we're drawing the altitude to. Okay, so slope is our slope formula, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. All right, so we got 10 minus 8 over 0 minus 2. Minus -2, my bad. So minus -2 is going to be plus 2. All right, 10 minus 8 is 2 over 2, which is 1. Okay, so that is my slope of my segment, and now I need to find the perpendicular slope because I'm writing the equation of the perpendicular line. So my original slope is 1 over 1, so my perpendicular slope is going to be the opposite reciprocal slope. So I need to flip this fraction and make it a negative. Well, if I flip 1 over 1, I still have 1 over 1, but I need to make it negative, so -1 over 1, which we're just going to say the perpendicular slope is -1. All right, that's super important. Now, the other super important thing is, like I said before, to use point A to write my equation. So point A is 4, 6. Okay, so my two essential pieces of information are point A and my new slope. Now I write my equation with these two pieces of information. And that's all there is to it, you guys. It's a nice problem. We got y minus my y value to write my equation equals my slope times x minus my x value. That's all there is to it. The equation of the altitude. All right, I'll give you guys a look. All right, so for this one, starts at a vertex perpendicular to the opposite side. So we have to find the slope of the opposite side, find the perpendicular slope to that, and we choose the point that is opposite of the side we're drawing the altitude to, and then we write our equation. So now you guys should know how to write the equation of a perpendicular bisector, how to write the equation of a median, and how to write the equation of an altitude. So now it's going to be your job to memorize which steps go with what, and to do that, I always really just think about what type of segment is this? What does it mean to be an altitude? or a median or a perpendicular bisector. And we'll have plenty of practice with this. So I hope that this video was informational and helped you guys out a little bit. If you have any other questions, feel free to email me. Your substitute for Tuesday, Mrs. Jatel, is a math person, so make sure you guys ask her too. And that's all. I hope you guys have a really happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you guys after the break.